the India's most sincere learning destination for classes 1 to 10. Over here, all the classes are 100% live and interactive classes. If you have any sort of doubt, you can ask to your teacher in the classes only, and the teacher will explain everything in your classes, right? Now coming to the second thing, we give personalized attention to each and every students of our batches क्योंकि हमारे batch में maximum 6 students रहते हैं, not more than that. ओके सो ये हो सकता है कि 1-on-1 बैच हो सकता है, 1:2 बैच हो सकता है, मतलब 2 स्टूडेंट 1 टीचर, या फिर मैक्सिमम 6 स्टूडेंट्स रह सकते हैं एक बैच में. तो इट इज टोटली डिपेंडेंट अपॉन यू, आप कैसे बैच चूज करोगे इधर आके, तो वैसे ही आपको बैचेस मिलेंगे. Right? Coming to the third thing, that is we have a very good dedicated academic mentor team who continuously track and work on the students' progress, like how you are progressing in the classroom, how you are doing your homework, whether your answers are totally correct or not, where basically you were lagging in which topic you were totally okay. So everything will be tracked and you will get the progress report, and according to that, this will help you to improve yourself. Right? And fourthly, we cover the syllabus as per your school examination schedule, and we also generally handle the custom request. अभी कैसे custom request? मान लो कि आपका कल स्कूल में एग्जाम है, ये यूनिट टेस्ट भी हो सकता है, हाफ ईयरली भी हो सकता है, फाइनल एग्जाम भी हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो, तो आप बता देना हमें कि कौन सा टॉपिक आ रहे हैं, तो वी विल गो विद दोज टॉपिक्स, वी विल रिवाइज टुगेदर सो दैट यू विल नेवर लूज एनी मार्क्स इन योर स्कूल एग्जाम एज वेल एज द बोर्ड एग्जाम. राइट? सो वी विल कवर ऑल द सिलेबस. आपके स्कूल एग्जाम के पहले ही हम सब कुछ कवर कर देंगे, एंड देन यू विल गेट फुल मार्क्स इन योर स्कूल एग्जाम. Now let's move on to what are our key features. Key features मतलब क्यों Swiflearn different है बाकी सारे प्लेटफॉर्म से. First of all, we maintain the detailed progress report of each and every student. तो each and every student का progress report हमारे पास रहता है. जब जैसे आपको स्कूल से भी progress report मिलते हैं, PTM होता है, तो इधर भी same to same होता है. PTM में आपका parents भी हमारे साथ directly interact कर सकते हैं. When if they have any sort of feedback, they can share with us, they can give the suggestions, and definitely we are always there to solve your problems. Right? Now coming to the second thing, that we have the SAT, that is the Swiflearn academic test series, which happen in every Sunday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. You will be able to perform over there, and your name will be given along with the rank in the leaderboard, so that you will come to know what is your rank all over India. Right? Now coming to the third and the fourth most important thing, that is the practice. You already know that the practice makes a man perfect, right? So take the unlimited practice test from here, from the Swiflearn website, and you will be able to practice the objective as well as the subjective answers. Right? So मान लो कि bio का कोई एक topic आपका already revise हो चुका है, आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ चुके हो, फ्रॉम द Swiflearn notes, फ्रॉम द रिवीजन नोट्स which are supplied from the Swiflearn after your regular batches, or it can be from the textbook or wherever else. So after reading that, what you have to do? You have to practice the question answers, right? तभी तो total concept clear होगा, right? So over here you can take the practice test, the different assessments, mock test and so on, and practice करोगे आपके question answer. Objective में जैसे MCQ, true false, filling the blanks, match the column, ऐसे क्वेश्चंस आते हैं, इधर भी रहता है. एंड सब्जेक्टिव आंसर्स आर वेरी मच इम्पॉर्टेंट. इधर आप स्कूल एग्जाम से जाने से पहले सब्जेक्टिव टेस्ट भी perform कर सकते हो. So there will be a group of teacher who will check your answers and give you the tips how to write the answer, what are the key points which should be included in one answer. Okay, and also where to include the diagram, where to include the chemical equation. ये depend करता है कौन से subject का, कौन से question का, या फिर कौन से topic का आप answer लिख रहे हो. तो ये total एक package आपको मिल जाएगा इधर, so that you will never lose any marks in the school exam as well as the board exam. Right? So to experience all these things, what you have to do? Book the trial class anytime, whenever you are free, just book the trial class, है ना. और ये सारे trial class totally free of cost है. You don't have to pay in the trial class, right? And then you have to enroll your name in the regular batches. तो regular batches में हम मिलेंगे every day, right? And we will discuss a lot about the different topics. right? So this is all about Swiflearn, and whoever has not subscribed our channel, let me tell you, please subscribe the channel and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. You can stay with us till the end of the session and you can ask your doubt in the chat box. I'm always there to help you out with the doubts of biology, right? Chalo. So let's start, and do not forget to like, comment and share also. Share with your friends so that they can also get the same benefit. So, our topic of discussion for today's session is reproduction in human being, which is already there in class 8 syllabus of ICSE board. तो हमने already reproduction क्या है, human being में reproduction क्या होता है, कैसे होता है, sexual or asexual, and also about the reproductive system, the male reproductive system and female reproductive system we have already studied in the previous session. Remember, if not, please go with the previous session if you were absent in the previous session. ठीक है ना? तो एक बार देख लो हमारा video. It is there in the YouTube channel, so you will get it from there. Please go with the video, and it will help you to understand the reproduction in human in today's session. ठीक है? तो today's session basically is upon the human being reproduction as well as some reproduction which doesn't take place in human being, maybe the reproduction in the different types of animals, as well as we will see how asexual reproduction takes place. ठीक है? तो हमारे आज के सेशन का ऑब्जेक्टिव है द सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन. वी विल स्टडी अबाउट द सेक्सुअल रिप्रोडक्शन, देन वी विल गो फॉर द डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द एम्ब्रियो. फाइन. सो एम्ब्रियो डेवलपमेंट हमारे बॉडी में कैसे होता है, इनके वी विल स्टडी इन टुडेज सेशन. So we already know that after the process of fertilization, what is formed? Yes, the zygote is formed, right? So what is zygote basically? Yes, if I think about the zygote, so this zygote is the first cell, we can say the first cell of new individual. This is the very first cell of the new individual, which is the single cell. Always remember that there is a misconception between among all the students, most of the students, that zygote is a cluster of cell. No, I have also told it in the previous session that zygote is only a single cell. और ये single cell form कैसे होता है? When the sperm nuclei fuse with the ovum nuclei or the nuclei of the ovum. The sperm is the male gamete, ovum is the female gamete. When they will fuse with each other by the process of fertilization, what will form? The zygote will form, right? It will give rise to the zygote. So zygote कैसे multiple cell होगा? नहीं होगा ना, ये तो single ही cell होगा. Okay, so what is the difference? Basically ये male and female gamete में n number of chromosome रहता है, मतलब one set of chromosome. तो ये n plus n होके इधर 2n number of new chromosome रहता है, that is the diploid cell, or we can say 2 sets of chromosomes are present in the zygote. बस इतना ही difference है, ठीक है ना? But the zygote is the single cell, but we know that the baby has more than one cell. The total body of the baby when they take birth, the body will consist of millions and millions of cells, है ना? तो how do you think this zygote will become a baby? कुछ ना कुछ तो process होगा इसके बीच में, right? The zygote is one cell. The baby is, we can say, the millions of cells. It is made up of millions of cells. तो कैसे हो सकता है? This is our main focus of discussion in the first half of today's session. ठीक है? Any idea? Whoever is listening to my session, you can give me the ideas कि कैसे हो सकता है ये एक cell के बहुत सारे cells in the total body of the baby. You can see that this is a whole baby and it consists of innumerable cells in its body, right? Any idea? कैसे हो सकता है ये? Yes, and you already know that whoever will give me most of the answers correctly, he or she will be the student of the session, and I'll write your name on the screen at the end of the session, right? Yes? So quickly give me the answer. Maybe the answer will be wrong, that really doesn't matter. I'm always there to correct you, right? तो आपके mind में कैसा idea आ रहे है? How the one cell will become millions of cell or a huge cluster of cell जहाँ totally like you can see the different organs, the head के अंदर brain, the eyes, nose, mouth, the ears, the little hand, little legs, the total abdomen, the whole body. How can you see that? Yes? Any idea? Cell division. You have already studied about the cell division, right? So cell division is the only process by which the cell will divide again and again. It will divide and divide to form the whole huge body of a baby. Yeah? Okay, so let's see what are the steps in between this zygote and the whole baby. Now, the single cell becomes a big individual. So, first of all, the zygote will be formed after the fusion of the gametes. Then, the zygote will continuously divide and divide within the mother's womb, and within that, what will form? The total embryo will form. Right now, when the embryo is already differentiated with all its organs, what will happen and totally matured so that it will take birth? It will take birth. Yes, the baby will born with a lot of cells. Yeah. So after the birth of the baby, he or she is an infant. After that, he or she will start going to school. The childhood will be there, going to school, then going to college. Adolescence stage will come, then the finally adulthood will come, right? So after the adulthood, yeah, the previous adulthood, then the late adulthood will come, and after the age of 60 to 65, the person will become old. Yes, so these are all the different stages of life of a human being, we can say. Right, so how basically it takes place, let us see the sexual reproduction in human being with the help of a video first, right? Chalo.
Humans look a bit like each of their parents. This is because they share genetic information with both of them. This mixing comes about because of sexual reproduction, which involves the joining of two sex cells, or gametes, in the process called fertilization. You can find out more about fertilization by watching this video. Male and female humans have different reproductive systems. During puberty, the reproductive organs develop to enable the production of offspring. This video covers what happens during puberty in more detail. The testes produce sperm, the male gametes. The testes are kept outside the body in the scrotum. This keeps them cooler and is better to form sperm production. The sperm ducts carry sperm from the testes to the urethra, which is a tube running down the inside of the penis. Here the sperm is mixed with secretion from glands to produce a liquid called semen. Semen helps carry the sperm into the female reproductive system. Here's the female reproductive system. The female gametes, eggs or ova, are released from the ovaries. One is released every month by a process called ovulation. When a baby girl is born, she already has all of the eggs she will ever release inside her ovaries. During puberty, the monthly cycle of an egg maturing and being released starts. This is part of the menstrual cycle. More about this can be found in this video. After ovulation, the egg travels along a tube called the fallopian tube, or oviduct, away from the ovary and towards the uterus, which is also known as the womb. During sexual intercourse, also called copulation, semen is ejaculated from the penis into the woman's vagina and swim up through the cervix and uterus. If a sperm manages to reach the egg in the fallopian tube, then fertilization will occur. The egg only survives for 24 hours after ovulation, but sperm can survive for up to 5 days. This means that there is about 6 days during a cycle in which a sperm and egg can meet and the female can become pregnant. The fertilized egg, called a zygote, will start to divide. On reaching the uterus, this cluster of cells will settle into the lining. If the egg is not fertilized, it will leave the uterus along the lining and menstruation, also known as a period, will occur. Once inside the uterus, in a pregnant woman, the ball of cells will continue to divide and differentiate to form different types of cells. Some will form structures in the embryo and others the placenta. The placenta is an organ and is where the exchange of substance between the mother and embryo occurs. Nutrients and oxygen will pass from the mother's blood into the embryo's blood in the placenta. Blood vessels in the umbilical cord transport these to the embryo. Waste products like carbon dioxide will pass from the embryo to the mother, where they are excreted. At the end of week 8 after fertilization, the embryo is called a fetus. Now it has all the organs including a heart and brain, but it is only still the size of a grape. The fetus continues to develop for the entire pregnancy. Also, so it can survive independently of its mother. This is normally between 38 and 42 weeks. In this video you have learnt about sexual reproduction in humans and how the male and female sexual reproductive organs are used to form and grow a fetus, ready to be born.
If you liked the video, give it a
Yes, so this is the main thing of the human reproduction, which we have already discussed in the previous session, remember? Yes, so the first step of the human reproduction is the formation of the gametes. You already know that the male gamete will be formed in the testis and the female gamete will be formed in the ovary. This testis and the ovary are the two main organs, reproductive organs of male and female human being. Yeah. Now, after the formation of the sperm and ovum, they will meet. The second step is the meeting or the fusion of the gametes, which is known as the fertilization. So, ये fertilization कहाँ होता है? Fallopian tube में, right? You have also revised with the help of this video. Yeah. Now, after the fertilization, what will happen? It will come towards the uterus and it will bind with the wall of the uterus, which process is known as the implantation. And continuously, the zygote will divide and it will form the total embryo. Now, my question is, what do you mean by this embryo? Yes, we have already discussed about the formation of the embryo. Now it will divide and the total structure, all the different structure of the body will be formed in this developing embryo, right? So what do you mean by embryo? Hi Anushka. Yes, so embryo is not actually fixed or it is not a fixed or regular structure. It will keep on changing and changing and changing due to the continuous process of cell division. So continuously this zygote will divide and it will form the embryo. First it will be a cluster of a ball like this. You can see this is the fertilized egg, and after that the zygote is formed and the zygote starts dividing to form many cells which together we will call it as the embryo. Okay, so here the development of the embryo will go on, and when there will be like a 4 cell, then 4 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 32, 32 to 64, so continuously this division and the doubling of the cells will occur, and it will keep on changing the shape and size and total feature of the embryo. Let us now see what are the different stages of the embryo. So here we can see that this is the fertilized egg or the one cell or single cell. इसका नाम क्या होगा? ये single cell का नाम क्या होगा? कौन बताएंगे मुझे? Yes, quickly tell me what will be the name of this single cell. Quickly. The fertilized egg is known as zygote, right? So fertilized egg का मतलब क्या है? इसके अंदर स्पर्म का न्यूक्लियस है और एग का भी न्यूक्लियस है. फ्यूजन होने के बाद ये zygote formation हो गया, right? So this zygote is nothing but a single cell. Now this zygote will form and it will become a 2-cell stage. Then it will again divide to form the 2 to 4 हो जाएगा. So 4 to 8 हो जाएगा. 8 to 16, 16 to 32 continuously ये divide करते रहेंगे and it will change its form or the structure of the embryo. तो इधर हम सारे के सारे stage को embryo ही कहेंगे, okay? And we can max to max we can call it as the developing embryo. अच्छा, लास्ट पार्ट आपने नहीं, आपको समझ में नहीं आया क्योंकि लास्ट तक मैंने जाई नहीं। आई एम टेलिंग यू यस। सो आप देख रहे हो ना अनुष्का कि 2 to 4, 4 to 8, 8 to 16 स्टेज, 16 to 32 होता है, 32 to 64 स्टेज। ये कंटिन्यूअसली सेल डिवीजन के लिए ये सारे सेल्स डबल होते जा रहे हैं इन ईच ऑफ द स्टेजेस, राइट? एंड दिस इज नथिंग बट basically the developing of the embryo. Now this morula and blastocyst और blastula हम generally कहते हैं इसको, morula, blastula, these are nothing but the different biological names which are given to the developing embryo. Okay, hi Prince. Yes, understood. So this morula, blastula, these are all the different stages of the embryo, we can say, राइट? तो ये सिलेबस में आपका नहीं है बिल्कुल। यस प्रिंस, आई नो इट इज देयर इन क्लास 9th and 10th। तो आपके सिलेबस में मोरियोला ब्लास्टुला का नाम मेंशन नहीं है, बट डेवलपिंग एम्ब्रियो का नाम अगर आप थोड़ा सा ज्यादा नॉलेज आपको मिल जाए तो बुरा क्या है, अच्छा ही है ना? Yes. So just remember कि morula, blastula, these are nothing but the different stages of the developing embryo. इसके अंदर size, shape, number of the cell, everything will be changing, and that is why this is basically giving the different structure to the whole baby. Yes. चलो, so this is the developing embryo. Now let's see what will happen to the developing embryo. अभी ये zygote formation होना था वो तो हो गया, कहाँ हुआ? In the fallopian tube. Always remember zygote formation will take place in the fallopian tube after the fusion of the two gametes. Then the zygote will be travel from the fallopian tube towards the uterus, and the uterine wall में ये embryo attached हो जाएंगे, and this process is known as implantation. Okay, so this implantation will happen when the embryo will be formed, or 4 to 6 या 8 stages of the ball will be formed, and it will attach with the uterine wall. Okay, so this process is known as the implantation. Now after the implantation what will happen? Implantation जब होगा तब तो इसका सेल का कोई प्रॉपर स्ट्रक्चर नहीं है. दिस विल बी लाइक अ क्लस्टर ऑफ द सेल, लाइक दिस, है ना? ये क्लस्टर ऑफ सेल ही है. तो ये क्लस्टर ऑफ सेल धीरे धीरे डिफरेंट शेप और साइज लेंगे ताकि इट विल गिव राइज टू द स्मॉल स्मॉल आईज, द हार्ट, द ब्रेन, द हैंड, द लेग एंड द होल स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द बॉडी. And this process is nothing but we call it as the differentiation. Okay, so differentiation का मतलब this is the next stage where the total embryo will take its different shape. Yes. Then after differentiation, the total maturation of the embryo होगा. Maturation we can also call it as the fetus. ठीक है ना? तो the total maturation of the fetus will happen, and finally it will give birth to the baby. The baby will take birth. Okay. चलो, so let us see the implantation. I have already told you it is nothing but the embryonic या फिर fetal development होने का, वो जब वो uterine wall का contact में आएंगे, it will be attached with the uterine wall. Okay, and from that it will remain attached till the end of the whole pregnancy, which stage basically we will call it as the gestation. Okay, gestation कितने दिन का होता है? We basically say approximately 280 days the embryo will develop inside the womb of the mother. Womb कहाँ होगा? Definitely in the uterus. Okay, so it will develop together totally, and then it will give birth to the baby. ठीक है ना? तो you have already got an idea कि zygote क्या होता है, then the embryo formation and the final stages, the blastula, modula, these are the different stages of the embryo formation. तो देखो ये embryo formation after 4 weeks कैसे होता है, you will not be able to distinguish which one is your head, which one is the baby's hand or leg or anything. When the fetus will go to the 10th week, you will be able to see a little bit about the headish region. कुछ head bulb जैसे आ रहे हैं, छोटा छोटा hand and legs are coming out. Yes. Next, in that 16th week, you will see that a little bit more prominent hands and legs are coming out, and the body is forming, and the head is huge over here. And 20th week के बाद you will be able to see after USG की हेड है, इसके अंदर ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट स्टार्ट हो जाएगा, हार्ट तो है ही, then the hand and legs, everything has started growing, right? So this is basically maturation of the whole baby within the womb. Let us now see what are the stage or the different stages with the help of a 3D model. Okay, this will give you a clear picture. So see, this is nothing. See, the first stage you will find nothing at all. Yes, so what will you will see, there's just a cluster of ball which is forming after the division, cell division continuously, and the uterine wall. So this is nothing but the uterine wall with which it is basically guarding the whole baby, that is the placenta. And you can see a connection, that is the umbilical cord, with the help of which the baby is basically getting its nutrients, its food, its water, its oxygen, so that they can grow and develop. And in turn it will throw out all the excretory materials, the carbon dioxide, the different excretory materials out of this through this umbilical cord towards the mother's body. Yes, so these are step by step the growth of the total embryo within the uterine wall. Yes. So the process of fixing of this total embryo inside the uterine wall is known as the implantation. अभी implantation हो गया, implantation होने के बाद क्या होगा, the total differentiation. Differentiation का मतलब क्या है, the total development of the head, leg, hand, all the different organs of the body. Yes, it will continue till the whole gestation period. You can see over here, देखो ओव्यूलेशन के बाद सिर्फ एक था, उसके बाद स्पर्म आया, फ्यूज होने के बाद जाइगोट हुआ, जाइगोट के बाद कंटिन्यूअस सेल डिवीजन होते 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 इट विल फॉर्म अ क्लस्टर ऑफ सेल, एंड देन द डिफरेंशिएशन विल हैपन. आफ्टर डिफरेंशिएशन it will achieve the whole body of like the human being, and this is the complete development which will take place within the mother's womb. You can see over here the different stages, right? This is the baby. You can see the umbilical cord by which it will get its nutrients and all, and this is a sac like structure, that is the placenta, which will actually protect the whole baby from any sort of external injury. Yes, so this total birth the total formation or the development of the baby within the womb will take 280 days approximately. And here when the body parts, you can identify ki which one is the head, which one is your hand or leg or something like that. The total identified body part is known as the fetus. Okay, so this fetus will give will mature, and when it will be totally complete development jab ho jayega, it will take birth. Okay, and the mother will give birth to the baby by the uterine contraction of the muscle. Uterine muscle का contraction से वो birth होगा. And always remember, generally क्या होता है, the head of the baby will come out first. You can see over here कि head नीचे की तरफ से है, तो definitely the vagina, or we can say the birth canal, is towards the downward side. So the first the head of the baby will come out, then the whole body will come out. Okay, up to this much clear hai? Yes, then the baby will take birth. Now the whole period starting from just about the, we can say, the formation of the zygote, to be very technical, or from the conception to be very common word, till the birth of the baby, ये whole जो period होता है, the total period is known as the gestation. Yes. Now this type of development or this type of reproduction we can see in the human being. Similar type हम देख सकते हैं in case of any other mammals. Yeah. So any other mammals बोलोगे तो it can be the cow, it can be the dog, cat, or any sort of thing which will give birth to the young ones. So do you think that in any other cases other than the mammals, if you think about a bird, do they give birth to their young ones in the same way? Yes? Yes or no? Same way may they also give birth? Or have you ever eaten or have you ever seen the hen's egg? Yes, it's very common, right? So you can go to the shop and grocery shop and you can also see this. Yes. तो hens का मतलब क्या है? They will not give birth to their young ones, है ना? तो थोड़ा सा अलग सा प्रोसेस है इनका रिप्रोडक्शन का. हम देखते हैं कैसे होता है. देखो, here also the zygote formation will take place within the oviduct, जैसे हमारे बॉडी में भी होता है. In case of human being जैसे oviduct या फिर fallopian tube में zygote formation होगा, इधर भी same to same होता है. But they lay eggs. तो ये फॉर्मेशन होने के बाद, zygote formation होने के बाद, when they will come out from the uterus, what will happen? Again and again the different protective layers will formed around that zygote, or we can say the embryo. Yeah. So this protective layer becomes hardened and they lay the egg. So after laying egg, the hard shell which we can see, the whitish colored cell, that is nothing but one of such protective layer. So it is basically protecting the total embryo. And after the hard shell is formed around the total embryo, it will lay the egg. So A lay करने के बाद it will give a proper warmth by sitting on the egg, so that the total growth and development of the embryo within the egg will take place properly. And after about 3 weeks, it will develop into a chick. Okay, so whenever they will get a proper condition, always remember, if you keep that egg into your refrigerator, it will never become a chick. Okay, but if you give it to a proper warmth, जो warmth वो देते हैं, या फिर if you go to any poultry, then you will be able to see huge machines within which a proper type of temperature is controlled, और वो temperature basically hatching के लिए बहुत effective होता है. Yes, so the egg which will be laid, it will hatch in and give rise to the chick. So this is the hatching of the chick. You can see the egg after the total growth of the chick inside it, the growth of the embryo, it will hatch and the chick will come out of the egg. So this is a different type of reproduction which takes place in the hen. Right, so this is the emerging chick, and emerging chick का structure आप देख लो कैसे होता है. उतना fluffy, उतना woolly या फिर furry तो नहीं होता. Yes, you can see the skin, but after its development, full development होने के बाद, it's becoming a very cute chick, right? Yes, and then धीरे धीरे वो बढ़ता रहता है and it will mature, and most of the time हम क्या करते हैं, उसको काट के खा लेते हैं. This is not good. देखो, we have also read about the animals who give rise to the where the fertilization is of a different type, जैसे external fertilization. तो external और internal fertilization क्या होता है? We have already studied in the previous session. Remember, internal fertilization वो होता है जहाँ sperm and the egg will meet inside the body of the female. Yeah, inside the female reproductive structure. That is internal fertilization. But external fertilization वो होता है जहाँ egg and the sperm will meet outside the body. Okay, which we have also seen in the frog. तो frog क्या करते हैं? They lay the egg at the corner of the pond. You can see mainly it is visible during the rainy season. और male frog उधर जाके they just give out the sperms over there, so that the sperms can travel, it can swim and go to the egg and fuse with it. और fusion होने के बाद क्या होगा? it will form the zygote, and after the zygote formation continuously cell division hote rahenge, and finally it will hatch to become the small tadpole, right? So you can see that these eggs, these are the fertilized eggs, and after the fertilization what will happen when they will become matured after the cell division, they will hatch to form the tadpole. And tadpole का टेल रहता है, पर फ्रॉग का तो टेल नहीं रहता। क्यों नहीं रहता? तो इसी का भी कोई डिफरेंट प्रोसेस होना चाहिए। क्या प्रोसेस है पता है? Yes, that is the metamorphosis. I'll come back to that one. So metamorphosis का क्या मतलब है? A huge change, suddenly कोई एक change of structure हो गया, पर when the baby is becoming, or after the egg it is going through the certain stages like the larva, pupa, and then become the adult. If I talk about the butterfly, if I talk about the frog, then it will the egg will become the tadpole, mature tadpole, and then it will become the frog, right? So ये जो huge sudden change हो रहा है to go to the adult stage, that process is known as the metamorphosis. Yep. Now coming to the two different types of animal based on how they produce their offspring. So we can very like distinctly differentiate it into two types. One is the viviparous animal and second one is the oviparous animal. ठीक है ना? Oviparous का मतलब जो egg lay करते हैं, which lay the eggs like the hen, frog, lizard, butterfly, कोई भी insect आप बोलो, not only butterfly, not only hen, you can say about any other birds also. So they all lay the eggs. And what are the viviparous animals? Viviparous are जो give birth to the young ones like the mammals. Okay, so all mammals will come under the viviparous animals who will give birth to the young ones, जैसे cow, goat, dog, tiger, lion, human being, monkey. These will all come under this viviparous animal. And oviparous animals मतलब जो egg lay करते हैं. Fine. Now we already know how a new individual get into the world. They still continue to grow and become the adult, right? Now naturally ये basic structure एक human baby का है, and this structure will grow and develop, and this is irreversible change. It will never become a baby. Can we become a baby again? No. So क्या होगा? Definitely हमारा height, weight या फिर हमारा skin degenerate हो जाएगा या फिर ऐसा कोई changes होगा, but we will not become the baby again. Right? So these are the different changes which we can see, and the same thing happen in many animals, but ऐसे भी animals है जहाँ ये सारे के सारे changes नहीं हो सकता है. कैसे नहीं हो सकता है? मतलब नहीं हो सकता मतलब इसका structure different होता है. जैसे मैंने ऑलरेडी आपको मेटामॉर्फोसिस का प्रोसेस बता दिया. सो इन केस ऑफ द फ्रॉग, इन केस ऑफ द बटरफ्लाई, वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन दैट देयर इज अ ड्रास्टिक चेंज. देखो एक जैसा था, एक के बाद टैडपोल टोटल डिफरेंट एक स्ट्रक्चर हो गया, टैडपोल के बाद फ्रॉग, ये टैडपोल से भी टोटली डिफरेंट है. इफ यू टॉक अबाउट द butterfly also, so egg of the butterfly just small egg जैसा रहेगा, then it will become a caterpillar or the larval stage, वो caterpillar जैसे रहेंगे like this. Then if you say the pupal stage, वो एक cocoon के अंदर चले जाएंगे, and then if you say about the adult stage, it will become a proper butterfly like this, right? Yes. So all the stages are having their total different structure, and this process is nothing but we call it as the metamorphosis. Morph matlab structure, metamorphosis matlab structure ka change in the structure, the drastic change in the structure. Okay, so we generally see them in the different animals. So you can see over here metamorphosis of the butterfly. This is the caterpillar just after hatching of the egg. This is the cocoon, and finally it will become the adult butterfly, and the total transformation is known as the metamorphosis. Yes. Got it? Now let's move on to the asexual type of reproduction. We have already studied about the sexual type of reproduction. अभी asexual reproduction क्या है? When the reproduction is happening only in presence of one single parent. दोनों parent का जरूरत नहीं है. Fusion of the gamete का जरूरत नहीं है. Formation of the gamete का भी जरूरत नहीं है. But over here, the offspring will be totally the exact copy of that of their parents. ओके क्योंकि एक ही तो पेरेंट है ना, उसका जितना भी जीन्स है, जितना भी क्रोमोसोम्स है, इट विल गो टू द न्यू वन या फिर ऑफस्प्रिंग द न्यू इंडिविजुअल, है ना. तो वो एग्जैक्टली सेम टू सेम होगा. ये अच्छा है, बुरा भी है. क्यों? क्योंकि एक तो अच्छा है कि उतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड स्ट्रक्चर, उतना कॉम्प्लिकेटेड प्रोसेस नहीं है. बुरा क्यों है? Because if the mother is having a proper type of disease, then the same disease, genetic disease, will be carried to the offspring also. And if we think about a very good high yielding crop over there where the sexual reproduction is taking place, we will not get that much amount of yield, right? So similar type of thing will happen in case of the other different animals where we will see the asexual type of reproduction. तो हम देख लेते हैं कि asexual type of reproduction कहाँ होता है. Mostly we see this in the unicellular animals जैसे amoeba में. Okay, bacteria, if we talk about the plant kingdom, bacteria भी show करते हैं asexual reproduction. Other than that, multicellular animal हम अगर बताएंगे तो hydra. Hydra is a multicellular animal where the asexual reproduction takes place in the process of budding. ये budding का process क्या होता है देखो. See, this is the mother hydra, we can say. Okay, so very small bud like structure is coming out, and step by step ये bud like structure ना थोड़ा थोड़ा करके mature होते जा रहे हैं. And when it will be totally matured, it will just detached from the body and it will grow into a new individual. ये हो गया mother, ये हो गया daughter. Yes, mother daughter cell or mother daughter organism. Yes. Hi Kartikeya, how are you? Okay. So this new individual will grow and develop and finally again थोड़ा सा bud आ सकता है. ये bud development होने के बाद वो जब mature होता है, they basically detached from the mother's body and it will grow into a new individual. So this process is known as the budding. Fine. Now let's move on to another process, that is the fission. तो fission दोनों तरीके का होता है, binary fission and multiple fission. Multiple fission मतलब when from one individual many new individuals are forming. But if it is only the binary fission, we will see that this is the mother amoeba. amoeba में होता है. तो you can see this is the amoebal structure जहाँ पहले nucleus का division होगा, that is karyokinesis. First the nucleus will divide into two and finally the cytoplasm will divide into two. And when their cytoplasm will separate, the two new amoeba will form. These are the two daughter amoeba. Isn't it very simple? है ना. एक मदर है, उसका जस्ट न्यूक्लियस डिवीजन हो गया, साइटोप्लाज्म डिवीजन हो गया, दोनों नए नए इंडिविजुअल हो गया. Right, so the daughter individual will be there, and as from one mother there are the formation of the two daughter cell. तो इसीलिए हम इस तरीके का fission को binary fission कहते हैं. Binary मतलब two. ठीक है, तो two daughter cells are forming over here. So that's all about the chapter which we have already discussed about the human reproduction. So let us now discuss quickly some of the question answers. One is, my first question is, how zygote is different from fetus? Yes, zygote और fetus का difference क्या है? Zygote is single celled structure just after the fusion of the male and female gamete. Fetus होगा आपका the total embryo having the proper body parts when there is a lot of cells, multicellular, okay, and you will be able to see which one is the head of the baby, the total body structure, the hand, leg, everything will be distinguished. Okay, now among all this following, which are the oviparous animal? Quickly tell me. among all these animals, which will be the oviparous? We have already studied about the viviparous and oviparous. Oviparous का मतलब है जो egg lay करते हैं, right? Yes, anybody? Kartikeya or Anushka, are you there? Yes, so who can lay egg? Lizard can lay egg. Butterfly can lay egg. Buffalo, no. Crow can lay egg. Cat, no. Buffalo and cat will come under the mammals. So other than this, the lizard, butterfly and crow, they can lay the eggs. Yep. Now, what is the process called? This process? Yes, you can see the process of the egg. After the egg, the tadpole is coming out. After the tadpole, the frog is coming out. What is the total process known as? Here, the butterfly is also coming with the same process. This is known as metamorphosis. Okay, this drastic transformation is known as the metamorphosis. Now you can see the amoeba below over here. The like it is also going as the bacterial fission. So can you exactly name what is the type of fission? It is the bacteria you can basically see over here. फर्स्ट द न्यूक्लियस और बैक्टीरिया का तो ट्रू न्यूक्लियस नहीं होता क्योंकि वो प्रोकैरियोटिक सेल है तो उसका जो भी मटेरियल है डीएनए का वो डिवाइड हो जाएगा एंड फिर द साइटोप्लाज्म विल आल्सो डिवाइड टू गिव राइज टू द टू बैक्टीरिया सेम थिंग हैपन इन केस ऑफ द amoeba. Yes, so what is the name of the process? It is known as the binary fission. Yes. Okay, so let me give you one fact that the fetuses, in the fetuses, the first heartbeat occurs in 5th week of gestation. Okay, the total gestation is of 280 days, and 5th week may we can hear the first heartbeat starts. Okay, so over here, but the total heart का size तब होता है like just the head of a pin. Can you imagine? And during this week, the heart grows from 1 millimeter to 2 millimeter. Okay. And what is the actual size of the heart now? It is the size of our fist, right? Yes. Okay, so this is all about today's session. We have already studied about the development of the embryo and the asexual reproduction in animals. So this is all, and I hope that you have already understood whatever we have discussed. Thank you for staying with us till the end of the session, and we will definitely meet in the next session. So before that, whoever has not subscribed our channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will never miss any of the update of the upcoming sessions. Okay, and do not forget to like, comment and share also. We will again meet in the next session. So bye bye, take care.